Hello, welcome to our Pitchfest check-ins. It is currently about 1 p.m. on December 4th, which is the first day of Pitchfest. If you caught my pre-check-in, I'm feeling better. I'm sounding better. I have most of my voice back. I still don't have the highest register of my voice, so if I get really excited and I'm up here, it's still gone. But in general, I'm doing much better. I'm feeling much better. I was very woe is me in the other video because I was going on 2 weeks straight of like just feeling unwell and like no end in sight. There was an end in sight. So I'm feeling much better now. As I said, it is 1 p.m. December 4th. I'm going to check on my Pitchfest submissions for the first time. I haven't opened anything. I know I got the emails this morning, so Shira emailed me my spreadsheet this morning. And apparently we're using the same spreadsheet as last time, so I have to scroll down. So I'm going to see all of my last submissions, and I have to just like, that's not this. Like, it's going to look like a lot, but it's just because those are the last ones. So I guess without further ado, I'm just going to open it up. So Sky's press submissions responses. 1 p.m. December 4th. I am looking at the first, there's 2 in here that are tests. So 2 of these are tests. 57. That's more than I expected. That does not bode well for how many I'm going to have and hopefully having less than last time. Yeah, okay. 57. No, 56, because the first line doesn't count because it's all the columns. Okay. I wasn't expecting this to look so different, which, okay, so actually can I just delete the test ones? Let's grab one at random. We're going to grab a submission at random. Let's grab number 32. All right, number 32, I'm going to open up this pitch letter and we're going to see what it says. It is a short story collection, so that's a pass. All right, just kidding. We're going to grab something else. I am not looking for a short story collection. I'm looking for a full-length novel. So that can pass right away. I can go ahead and actually mark that while I'm looking at it. I'm going to grab a different number. Let's say 18. Dear Pitchfest Tastemaker, I'm pitching my graduate thesis novel title, which is a fantasy novel at 92,350 words long. So most of what I will share with you is anonymous data, so nothing that is too identifying of either the author or the book. So let me take a look at this pitch real quick and then see what I can let you know. Title reads like the love child of the Redwall series in Dungeons & Dragons and will be especially beloved by those who are looking for gender-queered species and stories, tales of the marginalized and oppressed fighting back against their oppressors, gay yearning, and a fair amount of eldritch nonsense. Author is a graduate of college name with a Master of Fine Arts received for long fiction, graduated with a BA in Gender and Women's Studies from college name, and then a little bit about her and her life. She has a dog named Bruce. There's a lot more in this pitch letter that I'm just not sharing for anonymous data. But yeah, so that's kind of what I'm getting here. So I have 56 pitches at 1 p.m. I will check in at the end of the night tonight to see how we're looking at the end of day 1. And then I will see you again for day 2. So I don't know why I'm saying goodbye. You're going to see me about 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Right, hello, it is about 1 o'clock in the morning. Yep, 12:54 a.m. Gonna do our day 1 end of the day check-in. I've checked a couple times since the last time. So let's see where we're at as of 1 o'clock in the morning at the end of day 1. This is day 1 of 3 days of submissions. So in all of Pitchfest last time, we got 99 submissions, which was an ass load of submissions that I was deeply unprepared for. And I mentioned this time around, I was like, I'm not really sure how this is going to go. It could be fewer because we're getting into the holidays. It could be more because Bindery is now a proven concept with new books, and I've been around a little bit longer. At the end of day 1, 95. I have 95. Here's my hope. My deep, desperate hope is that almost all of, or a good solid chunk of the submissions are coming through on day 1. We're going to see if that tracks. If I remember correctly, and maybe I'll look at the last time we did this, the update videos, to see if this is correct. I feel like at the end of day 1, at the last Pitchfest, I think I had 48. That sounds right to me, but I could be wrong. 95. What am I gonna do? What am I gonna do? Guys, there's 90. I'm one person I'm one person. One of the things that I've been thinking about like different like things that I am kind of gonna maybe bring to the team at Bindery, and like questions that I have or concerns I have about Pitchfest and things, and how we run this. One of which is that I think it would be a really great idea to cap the amount of imprints that one person can submit to. As of right now, there is no, like, we're not stopping people from being able to submit to multiple imprints, and I really think we need to limit that I think, because what I think likely happens with a lot of these, and I absolutely understand the desire to do this, is that a lot of these authors will just submit to all, I think 11 of us are participating this time, or 10 of us maybe, all imprints. They'll just submit to everybody. I understand the impulse to do that. I understand the author's impulse to like throw things at the wall and just see what sticks. It's not great for the amount of time I have to spend on these, that like I have 95 in here, and there's likely a handful in here that are not even a little bit geared toward me, aren't for my imprint, are not like interested in actually working with me as a publisher, like are just like kind of throwing things at the wall. That, I mean, it takes time. It takes time. So what I would really love to see is if we could limit people submitting to only 2 or 3 imprints, like max. But there's that. The other thing that I've been thinking of is am I going to get to a point, or are we going to get to a point where we cap submissions? So like I have 95 right now. Is there going to get to a point where like, hey, Pitchfest is open, Skies Press is capping at 100 submissions, so get in early, make sure you're in that first 100, because we just will shut it down and not accept anymore once we reach 100 submissions. That is a little bit of a harder pill for me to swallow, but probably, depending on how this goes and how much higher this goes, is something I'm going to be much more okay with doing going forward. The reason that one is a little bit harder of a pill for me to swallow, because Pitchfest last time, 99 submissions, right? To Bargain with Mortals was submission number 95. So like if I had, looked at that, if I had taken my Pitchfest guide, the first time around, and was like, you know what, I think I'm going to cap at 50. I think 50 is a good amount that I can get through and I can feel really confident about. If I had capped at 50, 60, 70, 80, 90 submissions, I would have missed, To Bargain with Mortals, because it was submission number 95. And that's a hard pill to swallow, but I do think that that's just kind of the name of the game in publishing, is I'm one person. I desperately need you to know this. There is not a team going through these. I don't have help on this. And that's not like a bad thing. Like, that's the entire point of this, is that I'm publishing a book, right? But like, it's me. This is not my 9-to-5 job. Like, this is like, 95. Let's look at submission number 95 on this one. Let's just look at the last thing that was submitted. Let me take a look at this. Submission number 95 is an adult sci-fi novel, completed 107,000 words, planned as the first book in a series, but can stand on its own as well. Written for fans of the spacefaring setting of Becky Chambers' Wayfarers series. That's the Long Way to a Small Angry Planet as the first book in that series. The prose of Eric Michael Craig's Wings of Earth series, and the cerebral action of Will Wright's The Last Horizon series. Oh, man. 95, guys. 90. What am I gonna do? What do I do? I'll check back in tomorrow afternoon. I'll see you in about 12 hours from now. 95. Day 2 check-in. It is about 1 p.m. on day 2. I thought I would check in on my submissions while I wait for my water to boil for my lunch. So we left off last night at 95. I'm hoping that yesterday is like the fast day. Like, everybody's kind of submitting on the first day. We've slowed down by now. So let's see. Let me refresh this. All right. So I have scrolled to 95. We're going to see how much it keeps. Oh, okay. Not as much as I thought it was going to be. So I'm currently sitting at 109. We are 10 submissions past what we got last year, which was last time, which was very difficult for me to make my way through. I'm gonna grab one of these and let's see what this is. Let me grab the last one that was submitted. Based on my love for big, well-written fantasy by women, non-binary, or queer authors, I feel as though my manuscript would be perfect for your imprint. Title is a 148,000, it's pretty long, high fantasy novel with 148,000 word high fantasy novel with series potential. Fans of the character-driven Myrta and lyrical prose in the Raven Cycle will find in title two bisexual main characters and a fresh twist on a medieval fantasy world that tackles religious trauma, the consequences of war, and questions the barriers that separate us, with plenty of magical MacGuffins along the way. And then a little bit of information about the author. They have won some awards for their writing. They've done creative nonfiction, short stories. All right. I'm gonna mark that as a green. And I'm gonna go see if my water is boiling so I can make some food because I'm starving, and I will check back in with our Pitchfest submissions later tonight. All right, it is 1 o'clock in the morning. It is the end of day 2. Let's take a look at my submissions. So also today, a couple things from today. First, wow, I did not look at my hair before I hit start. Jesus Christ. First was that I got rid of a couple redundancies. There were 2 that I noticed that had submitted twice, so subtract 2. That's nice for me. Let me refresh this. At the end of day 2, we are at, I'm still scrolling. Okay, at the end of day 2, I have 125. I have 125. I also today went through about, let's see, 10 to, okay, I went through 45, roughly 50-ish. Okay, I've gone through about 50 of the pitch letters. So what happened last time, and the way I did my updates last time, was that I waited for all the submissions to be in, and then I did all of the pitch letters like together in the chunk of a few days. Today I decided to just start going. There's no reason for me to be sitting around waiting. So I did about 50 of them today just because I had the time, and I had the motivation to do that today. So that was that. I will be doing an update video still of I will have many. I have another 75 to go through already, and that doesn't include anything I get tomorrow. Also, I'll still do an update video of going through pitches after this whole thing. But yes, at the end of day 2, 125, which means that I got 30 today, which is good. It's good that most of them came in the first day. I got 95 yesterday, got 30 today. If I could get even fewer tomorrow, that would be great. There is potential for a lot of people are waiting for, or it would kind of wait until the last second. Like, again, I know that last time, based on the timestamps, that R.A. Basu submitted hers just hours before submissions closed. So who knows what's still coming tomorrow. Of the ones that I looked at today, of the 50 or so that I looked at today, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 15, 16. This is too many. I have 16 greens. So I was doing the red, yellow, green thing again. I told you I wasn't going to do yellows. I told myself I wasn't going to do yellows. Still doing yellows. What's likely going to happen, given that I already have 16 greens, is that the yellows will just become reds. But I have 16. That doesn't, did I count that right? 1, 2, 15, 16. All right. Well, I have 16 greens of the 50 that I've gone through. That's not great. I mean, that's like a good thing that there's like ones that I'm interested in looking at, but like I need to narrow it down much more than that. So that'll be the project when this is done. Start going through pitches, red, yellow, greens, and then take the greens to the next round, read all those again, kind of get rid of some more of them, and start narrowing things down before we start opening up manuscripts. So that's how that's going. 125! I'm one person! All right, day 3, Pitchfest. It is about 1 o'clock. I haven't meant to be doing all of these check-ins at 1 o'clock, 1 o'clock, 1 o'clock, and 1 o'clock, but here we are. Now I'm just kind of in it. So 1 o'clock in the afternoon on day 3, which is the last day of Pitchfest. So this is the last day that it's open. Hoping that things have slowed down significantly. Let's take a look. We are at 143. 143. Okay. Okay, that's more than I was expecting. Okay. I genuinely just don't know what to do with myself. Like, cool. Okay, let's take a look at the most recent pitch in here. Let's take a little quick peek. My name is Name. Title of my book is Title. The genre includes elements of supernatural thriller and gothic horror fantasy, and my manuscript is a little over 100,000 words. When I wrote it, I was reading a rotation of crime thrillers and gothic horror books, notably Lee Child's Jack Reacher novels and Kim Newman's Anno Dracula series, as well as Bram Stoker and Edgar Allan Poe. Then, of course, there's a little pitch synopsis of the book, and then a little bit about the author. They are a transgender woman. They're a college student studying English. And then they give me their contact info and what the file is named. So that is typically what I'm getting in these pitch letters. Let me grab another one. Oh, see, another one of these. Another one of these was submitted twice. Somebody submitted twice in a row. If somebody submits twice in a row, so like I can see this one was submitted and then submitted again about 20 minutes later, I'll delete the first one and keep the second one because I imagine that's probably the one that they like realized there was something wrong with the first. So let me take a look at this. This is titled 93,000 words, YA fantasy, will appeal to fans of dangerous hidden magic and romances and Heartless Hunter by Kristen, I don't know how to pronounce this woman's name. Ciccarelli? Anyway, and Belladonna by Adeline Grace, and of the inescapable pull of prophecy is in this woven kingdom by Tahara Mafi. Readers can expect to find a coming-of-age story set in a lived-in world with themes of diverse found family, first love, betrayal, a reluctant chosen one, and change versus tradition. And then a little bit about them as a person, their family life, their job, where they're from. Big fan of the New York Times game section, as am I. They're Jewish. They've had professional writing before, and to tell me where they've published that. And then, of course, contact information. So that is where we are at with 143. Sick. Guys, this is so many. And once again, I am but one person, and I have to go through all of these. I'm so excited. This is very exciting. Like, it is genuinely exciting. I am so happy that people are enthusiastic about this imprint, that people are enthusiastic about this project, as am I. It is just a daunting task. It is a daunting task to take on by myself. All right, I'm going to go get lunch. I'm going to go get some food. We've got book club later tonight as I'm recording this, so I'm getting ready for that as well. And I'll come back for a final check-in on this video at likely 1 o'clock in the morning tonight. All right, it is about 1 o'clock in the morning on the final day of Pitchfest, or after the final day of Pitchfest, I should say. So Pitchfest should be closed. Actually, let me check the submissions page and see if it is closed. Okay, so technically it's still open because the team probably just hasn't gotten around to closing them down. Technically somebody could still submit something, but it is the end of the day on the last day, so we're gonna call it and we're gonna see how many I'm sitting at. Likely the final numbers update has me at 162. I don't know what to do with this information. Oh, I don't know what to do with this information. Okay. Yeah, 162. It's currently December 6th. Well, it's now December 7th. I have basically until the end of the month. Cool. Doing great. Feel great about this. It is genuinely like very touching and very validating and very exciting that people are this enthusiastic about the imprint, about the project, about all of this. It is just like my own like catastrophizing. At this point, I don't think it's catastrophizing. I think I'm just having a crisis about the numbers game here and how many there are versus how many of me there is, singular me. So I've gone through maybe, actually, let me check how many distinctly I've gone through. So at this point, I've gone through in my first round where I just look at like my round one where I look at all the pitch letters first and like yes, no, maybe them, or at this point, essentially yes, no them. I've gone through 68 of those just kind of in passing over the last couple of days while they're coming in. I'm going to try to get through the rest of those over the weekend. Like by Sunday, I want to be finished with my round one of going through all the pitches, if not upwards of my round two of like secondarily going through all of the yeses. So by the end of this weekend, I definitely want to be going through pitches. I've gone through 68 And how many have I marked as a yes? 1, 2, 3. Okay, so I've gone through 68. 20 of them are what I marked as a yes. That's too many. That's too many. Last time it was that I had 99 and 20 of them I marked as a yes. So I need to just be more cutthroat. I need to be cutting things more quickly. And of course, not a lot of those, but of course some of those are going to get cut in the secondary round of like, now that I've gone through all of the pitches, after I get through that first round, now that I've gone through all the pitches, let me go through them again and see kind of like what I'm looking at here. So yeah, over the next couple of days, which will also be in an update video. Like I'll keep you guys updated on how that's going. Over the next couple of days, I'm hoping to get through, at the very least, the entirety of round 1 going through pitches, if not round 1 and round 2 going through pitches before I pick. I would like to narrow it down to no more than 15 that I'm starting to look at the first chapter of. But yeah, that's the plan for this weekend. 162. Cool. Feeling great, not feeling great, feeling stressed. But you know, it's gonna be great. It's gonna be fine. I'm gonna be great. So that's the end of this this update of Pitchfest submissions. So thanks for hanging out, and thanks for watching all of these updates for the last 3 days. I've got a lot of work to do now, and I'll keep you updated on how that's going as well. Okay, bye.